Hello everybody and welcome to the 2020 Metroid Fusion 100% tournament. I'm here joined with Ziad. What's up, man?
Hello. It's been a while since I've actually watched this game 100%. I don't know what the route is, but I've been told it's very similar to any percent, which is what I've mostly seen.
Yeah, the route is for the most part very similar. Just a few detours here and there to visit rooms that we obviously have not seen 80%.
Yeah, like that one room and on the way to the box fight, the second box fight and stuff.
Yeah,
Or did we
so
do that later?
there are many detours.
Yeah.
So today we have a run between KrunchyLex and Boxmeister. Two runners that are actually quite close when it comes to their skill level. So this one should be a pretty cool. I think we should already mention about the game language. Both of them opted and agreed to play on Japanese. English should be the standard, but if both players agree to play on Japanese, they can use it simply because, well, it's much faster. About 3 minutes, I think. I can't really remember the exact time, but just put it
There's
at
actually
3
less
minutes
text
random.
process, isn't there?
Yep.
Hmm.
And I think they also basically just scroll faster.
Boxmeister hitting a bunch of jump cancels. I like it.
Yep. This very first challenging room of the game, basically called the Climb, is very notorious just for being such
I think
a
that
recent
string
run.
of wall jumps is one of actually the most, I don't know, dexterous moves that are it's difficult to learn
It
in this
is
game.
it is definitely something hard to learn and very frustrating, but I guess you can see it from both sides. Either it's terrible because it's the start of the run, or it's good because it's still hard, but it's at the start of the run, so you
Yeah,
don't worry about it too much.
yeah. It's I don't think many people would actually restart the run over a terrible climb or something.
It happens. It really depends on your mentality.
Yeah. Because if you're good with recovering from it, then it's at least I don't know, only a couple seconds lost, maybe.
Yep, pretty much. And these seconds can be saved or lost somewhere else. So
Yeah.
that's pretty much the story about Metroid Fusion and GBA Troids. Overall, it's that the difference between two runners will not be made with huge and insane out-of-bound glitches and shine sparks tricks.
Yeah.
It's mostly about the precise stuff, the jumps and the frame savers pretty much everywhere. The movement optimization is really what makes Metroid Zero Mission and Metroid Fusion two very input-heavy games.
What did Crunchy just do? Crunchy's timer just stopped.
Crunchy had a problem with light split, and yeah, his timer just stopped, and something
Okay.
went wrong with that. So we're just gonna look at Box's
All
timer.
Alright, that works.
Kind of unfortunate for Crunchy since he actually had to lose a bit of time to set everything up again.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like you were saying though, just the movement around is kind of harsh when it comes to Fusion. Like with Zero Mission, at least, you have that infinite wall jump. You can just keep going. You can just keep ascending vertically and infinite bomb jumps. But with this game, if you fall down somewhere, then you have to take the hard route to get back up sometimes.
Exactly, single wall jumping is something that has been completely cancelled, and well, not really cancelled. I guess Zero Mission kind of allowed it back, but it has been. It's not a thing for Fusion. You can only do single wall jumps because if you try to come back towards the wall, you will lose all your vertical momentum. So no way to single wall jump. And as you said,
Well,
there's
unless
no
you pause
infinite bomb
buffer.
jump. There's a it's not obviously not worth it, and
Yeah,
for reasons,
it's very obviously not worth it because even if you even if you use, I saw a Biospark video. If you, what is it? If you pause buffer, you can actually get to the fight that would normally give you the plasma beam early,
Mm-hmm.
but it it doesn't matter because you don't actually get the plasma beam until later.
Yeah, it's also the thing that flags are actually you cannot just break the game. It sets on flags, so if you don't set the right flag, you will not get the item you want.
Ooh. Box missed the quick kill on the door there.
Yep, first huge part of RNG of the run. These eye doors can shoot between 0 and 4 beams per cycles, And Crunchy for the moment is getting one beam. They can also get double missiles on these doors. The timing is quite precise, but it's kind of consistent. 3 beams in a row for Crunchy, that's very unlucky.
Oof. Okay. Yeah, those doors are a little bit rough. I've hit, like... Oh yeah, in this, like, top area here, we should have mentioned that. For this energy tank. It, like... Oof.
Good fight for Box. He actually didn't get a roll, because this boss Arachnus can either just throw this kind of arcs towards you, and unfortunately
and then,
you get a roll, which is the worst pattern you can get. And the interesting mechanics against these X cores is
just got a double missile on that.
Yep, the opening double is always very important. Fortunately, he had to run after these green X's to get one missile back. That's also one thing with 100%. In any percent, it's not a trouble, but in 100%, you have to spend at least one missile to get the E-tank that was in the ceiling. So if you get a roll, most of the time you will just tank 2 missiles, and you will be 1 missile short from getting all the missiles you needed.
Yeah. That missile trick I've never actually been able to pull off. I've tried several times. It's actually very difficult. Because you have to make sure that both of them are in the hitbox right when it spawns.
Yeah, that's I guess the opening double makes it obviously a bit easier, since the hitbox only activates at some point, so you can just shoot through it and they will immediately spawn into the hitbox. The thing with these core is that their hitbox is actually a square, so you don't really bother about... If it was a circle, I don't even know how you could do that, but you basically need to get both missiles on top of each other, but here, as long as they are on the same sides, it works fine.
Yeah. It's also possible to do it like when it's not just spawning, but that's also very difficult.
And
yes, Crunchy did it.
Crunchy opening the door, nice.
Yeah, I love that trick.
The best trick in the run, SAX blowing up an open door.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, he's a good guy. He just opens the door for the little pal, and the pal is just like, boom,
boom. It's like, I don't need you to open your door.
Yup. I don't need your help. I've got super missiles.
We'll come back to it later, but it's kind of funny that like that little opening that it comes out from. Where did it come from?
Yeah, that's the thing. There's only a missile tank behind that. I guess he was just stuck or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe it was asleep.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there was just some explosion that happened earlier. It couldn't have been the SAX.
Might have been.
So we're going to Sector 1. This place is actually a little spooky, to be honest. Like, as a casual player, I guess, I should say. Because there's a lot of things that can hurt you really, like, for a lot in this area.
That's a thing with Metroid Fusion. This
a lot of things hurt.
It's not necessarily hard when it comes to, like, casual difficulty. It's just that at some points you can easily get bodied by some enemies, because 100%, something we didn't mention, the major upgrades, every suit, every beam, every special ability, doesn't count towards your item percentage. Only the upgrades in terms of missiles, power bombs, and E-tanks do count.
Yeah.
So you have a hell lot of missiles. And a hell of
you get 74 power bombs.
That too. It's like,
what you get way too many power bombs.
Nuclear the entire station or whatever? I don't know.
Yeah. The correct me if I'm wrong, but is it literally that this game has 100 upgrades, and that is where you pick up the 100%?
It does have 100. It does have 100 expansions. So 20 tanks, 32 power bombs, and then it is, I think, 48. Yeah, 48 missile.
Okay.
All these are expansions because the first 10 missiles and the first 10 power bombs don't count.
Right. And power bombs give you like 2, or actually, how many do they give you?
You get 10 at first, and then you get 2 per tank.
2 per tank, yeah. Okay. Still, like, honestly, I feel like 10 power bombs is probably like still more than enough.
That's
I think they had to get it somewhere because we don't have super missile expansions anymore.
Yep.
Ooh, you just got a red X.
Yep.
Boxmeister just got a red X off of those. Yo. What is the percent chance of that spawning?
I'm probably gonna say something wrong, but I think it's like 1 in 1,000.
Yeah, it's...
And I think it's the same for double red X. It's not like like 1 million for double red X. I think it just works on possibilities. Or something.
Yeah,
I don't
unless it's an IDOR, which mostly give red X. I've had I've had times where they'll drop like yellow X's, and I'm sad.
I don't think that's possible. They always drop a red X.
They always do.
Yep, they always do.
Okay. I don't know. I feel like I've had something like that happen. It seems weird. Does he have the position?
Beam fight? Oh, hey, he got the double on this one.
Heck yeah.
So one double. Getting doubles on core fights is much harder. Oh, Crunchy unfortunately falling down. Attempting these doubles, but on the edge is just so hard.
Yeah.
And he's very much getting trolled by that Idor. That's already 6 beams into it.
Yeah, that sucks. Oh wait. Is there a reason we're skipping that? On Box's screen? Box just skipped the missile expansion.
The one on the left side?
Oh wait, no, I forgot. We're coming back to this area anyway, later on.
Yep.
For like other expansions. Never mind.
So Crunchy actually got 1 double on this beam core. I think so far they'd be like about 25 to 30 seconds different,
yeah.
But it's definitely something that can be...
I feel like half of that is RNG, to be honest.
There's a lot of RNG involved, and yeah, Crunchy wasn't the most lucky man in this situation. Oh, unfortunately didn't get the kill on that stabilizer.
The thing that has the GameCube on it. I love it. I always love that little Easter egg.
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh yeah, we should like talk about Charge Beam, by the way. Charge Beam is super broken.
Charge Beam, I mean, I don't know if it's more Charge Beam being broken or missiles being absolute poop.
Super weak.
I don't know. Like, missiles in this game are very much weak. First, you can only have 2 missiles on the screen at the same time, which mitigates a whole lot to spamming. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, but the thing with what is the word? The thing with Charge Beam is that, like, okay, so regular missiles are 10 damage, right? Aren't they?
I have no idea about the damage values, not gonna lie.
Oh, okay, so from what I know, from what I can recall off the top of my head, the standard Charge Beam is like, it's 2 projectiles that are 10 damage each, and then the little flare that comes off of the Charge Beam does like 5 or 6 damage or something like that. So as a result, like, that is how the 2-shot on Ceres even works, because Ceres has 50 health. So if you are like right point blank with him, and you hit him with both projectiles and the like flash that comes off the side of the Charge Beam, then you'll do half his health in 1 hit.
Exactly, and that's also a thing that allows you to just minimize the RNG by a whole lot, simply because of the eye doors. When you don't have Charge Beam, you can get between 0 and theoretically 12 beams if you get 4 every single time, or 8 if you actually get a double in. But with Charge Beam, you're guaranteed to get maximum 4, which still sucks. We're not gonna lie.
It still sucks, but
it's better than 12, I guess.
Yeah, a little bit.
And obviously, as you mentioned, allowing us to just kill Ceres in 2 rounds if we hit the shot point blank, which is something that is not necessarily easy. We'll see if Ceres decides to give some bad patterns.
You can get the first half of his health like extremely easily though, because he always follows the same pattern at the start of the fight, and if you just position yourself right, you can do it. Yep. But the second hit is where it becomes an issue.
So Sector 2 now, again, it's I guess we can talk about danger if it was for any percent, but since we have more energy
we have more energy tanks, we have actual amounts of health.
Yeah, at that point in 8% we'd only have 1.
These I forget what they're called, these red slugs, they do
Zoros.
The Zoros do like what, 40?
45. They do
45 damage a shot.
Oof. And since you just run through these rooms, What you want to do is when you have your charge beam, well, one charge beam is that doesn't matter if it's point blank or in distance. But for example, in the room that Box just crossed and the one that Crunchy is about to enter, a little high five for the moment.
Yeah.
He's gonna use the charge and then double. Nice one.
Right. Okay.
And it's much harder when the Zoro is actually moving towards you, but Crunchy nailed it. And since you do that many times in this area, if you're an 90% in one E tank, you can easily just get destroyed by these guys.
Boxmeister would be much worse off right now if you look at his current health pool.
But Box getting the bombs. This item is only useful to break blocks. I have nothing else to say.
Yeah. I forget if like Tasses can actually bomb jump.
So you can by abusing morph hovering. Basically, when you spin or unmorph, like your vertical momentum gets kind of reset, so you stand in the air a bit more. So if you just spam, well, if you morph and unmorph very quickly, like a Tass would do, you can stay in the air for much longer.
Right.
And use bombs. Use this timing to wait for the bomb's detonation, but it's still very minimal because the radius of these bombs in this game is so bad, especially the horizontal one.
Yeah, that's true.
The boost you get
is it even possible to horizontal bomb jump in this game? I don't think so.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah. Okay. It's like,
well, I guess when you bomb jump, like a Tass bomb jump, it's a diagonal one technically, but I don't even think we can qualify that of bomb jumps.
It's definitely not like human viable.
Yeah, absolutely not, and it's not. It's definitely not what you'd see in Zero Mission or Super Metroid, like at all.
Yeah. Super Metroid's bombs are still pretty slow, but they weren't nearly as slow as they are in this game.
Yeah, and also because in SM, the gravity is much different. Like, you're much more floaty. In this game, you are heavy.
You are. I prefer fusion control over Super Metroid, even if Super Metroid allows you to abuse it more.
What?
I prefer the controls and gravity and like physics in this game more than Super Metroid, even if you can abuse Super Metroids a lot more.
Yeah, I guess it's to everyone's
like
preference.
There's no mock ball in this, sadly. But
no. There are I want to say there are very few things. There are very few abuse when it comes to movements. The first one that can come to mind, and I don't think players have done so far, is what we call R shooting. Basically, when you're in a spin jump and have your beam charged, if you press the R button, which is the one to get your missiles to arm your missiles, that will shoot your charge beam without breaking your spin, which is very useful in certain situations.
I think they took that out of Zero Mission, and that was sad.
Yeah, that's I mean, technically, it's not something that's supposed to be in the game, so it's understandable.
I used to
definitely
think
a cool mechanic, though.
It is a cool mechanic. I actually used to think it did more damage than normal, but I think that was more that I was just, I don't know, actually like hitting my charge shots more.
Alright, so now is another big part of RNG.
This boss.
It's already 2 jumps.
Yeah.
You can get between 3 and 12 jumps.
Ooh, he missed
the perfect phase 2.
Yeah, okay. He missed the charge shot, but managed to recover. Oof.
That's 6 jumps, I think, which is better than average, so that's cool.
Yeah.
And the last phase is forced to jump on you. Can you get double-double, though? That's the opening one. We'll jump to get it to the center. And that's a double-double.
Nice. Crunchy. Oof.
2 jumps for Crunchy. That's not so cool.
Yeah.
First phase is between 0 and 3, then 1 and 4, and then 2 and 5.
Oof.
Was that 3, I think? Which is already 5, which will already make it a worse fight than Boxes.
Yeah.
When it comes to RNG.
Oof. I think that was 8 jumps.
This speedrun is very much RNG heavy, that's the thing. Oh! Boxmeister going back to save. So that suggests that he's gonna go for the sack skip. First, I want to see if he's getting the double-double. Oh, oof. Close.
Dang. Yeah.
So pay attention to Crunchy's screen, Box's screen, sorry. Right next is the first encounter with the SIX, and he's gonna attempt to skip it. The strategy is just to use the right setup. Oh, no, I think that was too early. Yep, he missed it.
Oof.
Can he mash out of it? Alright, he managed. He managed to mash out of
Woo!
the ice beam and escape, but
I didn't actually
barely.
know that you could mesh out of that. That's interesting.
So you can, but overall, Box lost time not only because he missed it, but
And he had to save.
yeah,
And
that's
he
the
might
thing.
die here, sadly.
Saving is not even worth it. If you don't want to go for it, just don't want to go for it. It's faster to not go for it than
Ah!
save and get it.
Did you see how close he was there? Holy crap.
Yep. That's the problem. If you manage to escape on 1 health, at that point it's either you refill or you take the game very slowly. But I doubt he's going to take it slowly, and he's probably going to take the refill right there. Crunchy
Crunchy
going
not going
for
for this.
another decision and just
Yeah,
waiting.
taking it safer. Thankfully for Box, like all the enemies are gone in that room by the time that you come back. So
Yeah, they are just cocoons at that point, and it's not like they evolve in better things because when you get back to Sector 2 later on, they do what, 130 damage with their sting?
yeah, pretty much. It's not the
Well,
entire. It's not the
we shall
first time
see.
that Metroid's had. Oh, Crunchy's going for this route. Okay.
Yep, left side is a bit faster than right side.
Yeah.
Just a tiny bit.
Yeah, I'd imagine. It's probably just like, I don't know. It's not even the first time that like we've had enemies that deal like a tank or more, or obstacles that deal a tank or more in Metroid. I believe like there's these spike platforms on in Super Metroid that like slam down, and the bottom of those take a tank.
Yeah,
This game definitely is notorious as far as damage values go.
Yeah, you do get 20 tanks in 100%, but yeah, just think about the famous 1% fish, which was the big purple fish in
Yeah,
Underwater Sector 4. You take 130 damage too, and
yeah,
it's named 1% fish for a reason. Is that if you play low percent, which is 0% now, because there's a way to skip Bob, which is
yeah,
the missile that you should be forced to get in Sector 3. We
yeah.
found a way around it, but
Yeah, we've had a couple of ways around it,
many
anyway.
runs would just die to this fish because it can spawn literally on your face and one-shot you.
Yeah, because the like the placement of the initial fish and the X parasites and stuff can potentially just be next to you, which is fairly unfortunate if it occurs.
Yeah, and it's also in a kind of a scrolling period. So when the screen scrolls, it can if you're slow, it can just spawn on your face and you can't even react to it.
Yeah. I forget though. Actually, where do you go in Sector 4 on 1% or 0%?
You just go to fight Ceres at just like in 80%. The low
Is there
percent route is
actually?
the exact same. Is the exact same than 80%. You just run, but don't
Okay.
take anything.
Right. Okay. Those. Also, this E-tank, it's so out of the way.
It really is. That's a huge detour to get it. Fortunately, there's no enemy or anything we could use. We don't even have heists, so it's not even like we could use an enemy to clip through the pillar on the other side of the room.
Yeah, sadly. The Sector 4 has a number of enemies that are just placed in very awkward areas, especially with these crabs that have these like arcing projectiles. Box going for skipping the ladder. It looks dangerous, it's really not. The electric water does not do that much damage to you compared to everything else.
It does.
These things do 45 damage, by the way.
Yeah, they're not joking around. But like the water is a true joke. You can literally just stay in it for like I don't even know, at least 5 minutes. You have 28 tanks, I want to say. It takes like
so, yeah.
three. You take 3 points of damage every half a second, I want to say.
Yeah.
It's like ridiculous.
Sadly, you'll never get to like test it with that many tanks because it's gone by that point. But you know, just going by the amount of damage it does, you're way more liable to die to the enemies. The only time that it would be a potential issue is since you don't have gravity suit, moving around in the water is a little rough. But that's about it. This is still fairly close. There's still places where like Crunchy can definitely come back.
Well, Ceres is definitely the first one that can come to mind.
Yeah. If Box misses the quick kill, then Crunchy has the chance to get something back.
Alright, how many beams for Box? I'm saying 4.
1, 2. Oof.
Ah!
3.
I was about to say I'm a genius. I guess I'm not.
Almost.
All right, so here's
Alright, so
the
this is the
exact same
initial
opening
shot.
for every single fight with Ceres. You just wait here and
He
take the
got it.
shot.
He got the first one. Let's see if he gets the second.
That's good pattern so far, though. Okay, good. You can just wait on the edge.
There we
Nice.
go, he got it.
That's
Ooh, but like, no
0 memes
beam.
for Crunchy.
Yeah.
Box is doing a relatively clean fight, though. Oh, no,
Oop.
unfortunately. Oh, he's gonna try again. Nope.
Alright.
So one double for Box, but a perfect fight otherwise. Oh, and Crunchy's getting the half patterns. Now that's unlucky.
Oof.
Okay, he knows where Cersei
He's
is going
got
to
this.
arrive.
Hell
Alright,
yeah.
good.
Yeah, Crunchy's been up a decent amount of time there. I feel.
Unable to get the opening double, though. Has to be careful to not be knocked into the water, because at some point, at that point, it's going to be a huge time loss.
Yeah.
Got one double in, though. So I guess they're still at the same, pretty much at the same point.
Yeah, I feel like the deficit's gone from like 30 seconds to like 10 or so.
No.
15?
I feel like they're still around the same time. The thing is that Crunchy definitely got the better eye RNG, but his core fight was a bit weaker, and
True.
he also got a bad pattern, which made him lose time, even though he got the 2-cycle.
Guess that's true.
But we are only 25 minutes into this run, and if I had to give an estimate for both of these guys, I guess it would be around an hour and 50 minutes.
Yeah, actually, that sounds about right. I have like I have 90% of this game. Like, I have footage of my incredibly slow like playthrough that I was gonna like do commentary over and just never ended up doing. It was like slightly under 3 hours for 90%, and I thought that was like cool until I saw the actual like 100% record. And I was like, oh, all right, gotcha.
Oh, this guy's fast.
Do people? I guess that people don't generally go for the like storing the shine spark up there and then like landing with it.
Yeah, with the low height. No, low height is not a thing, since you have to stop to get this get this E tank. It's a thing in the test, though. The test does it.
Right. Yeah, because the task can just like save the shine spark through the next room and then immediately go back.
Yep, and it's actually faster.
Yeah.
Oh, Crunchy wanted to try it.
Aw.
He wanted to try it, but yeah, it's not. He wants to show off. He's a showman. He knows what he's doing.
He'll claim the moral victory, even if it's not the actual victory.
Yep. Get the fans, not the cup.
Yeah, it's a shame that there's no like prizes for entertainment.
That would be cool.
That would be cool.
You know what? Like a crowd.
Yeah.
Huge arenas just for speedrun.
Exactly.
But I guess that wouldn't be as epic as a good old game.
So I see that we don't actually like go for getting that missile tank early on the bottom area there in this route.
The one that
it's like right after
you. Yeah,
it's the one where you just walk
with
through
that barrier.
The like X barrier.
Yeah, I don't. I think like the upper path is blocked by just a barrier that you can shoot.
The bottom path is by like an X barrier. The top one's a metal barrier you can't shoot, but you can, if you're fast enough, you can actually just walk through the X barrier as it's spawning.
Yeah, indeed, but it's just faster to get later, since after Underwater Sector 4, you're gonna get.
You're basically right there anyway.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Most of the times, if you see an item or that is close to where you are that is not being picked, it's because
it's just gonna be there later.
Yep.
There are some though that have like no reason, where there's like no reason to come back to it. There's like a power bomb in later Sector 5 that's like off to the left from where you would fight, like go to fight Nightmare. It's like that one, as far as I'm aware, you do not come back to. Well, you have no reason to come back to Sector 5 after that, do you? Think about it.
Well, since we're in 100% pretty much, the later stages of the run
is just cleanup.
That we call cleanup, because that's literally cleaning duty. You just pick up every single item you left behind, and that's the most like the hardest part of the game without
Oh,
a
if he's
doubt,
gonna wait
because
for the
there are
blocks to
so many
respawn.
tricks. All right, I have to go for now, so I'll leave you. I'll leave you to do the rest. You're doing a good job, dude. So keep going.
Okay.
All right, thank you for having me, guys. Enjoy the race.
Yeah, cool. All right, so I'm just grabbing this missile down here. Cool wall jump. Swag strats. Wonder, are we gonna? No, we're probably not gonna do that. Yeah. Okay. Box electing to just ignore the problem instead of, yeah. There's no need to, but you can shine spark. Ooh, stop the shine spark right on top of the break block. Nice. Green doors open. X-Star flooding into Sector 3. This is Bob. This is a technically unskippable missile tank, but you can skip it. It's not that, you know. Well, okay, it kind of is, but eh. There's a weird trick that lets you do it. Ooh, yeah, storing the shine spark. Let's see. I always screw this up with the shine spark, just shine sparking out of the room. Damn. Oh well. Ooh, got you missing the trick with bombing the block as you get the missile. Okay, so Box 1 just activated the fight, but there is a missile expansion over here. Have to finish getting super missiles. Missile tonks. And now it's time for the box fight. I suck royally at this fight. I've died to this guy so many times. Oh boy. He also does a lot of damage. Yikes. Yikes, Box. Oh no. I can tell the desperation the box fight is like, I'm pretty sure he's on fairly low health right here. Yeah. Oof. Crunchy has the ability to gain some time back here with that fight from Boxmeister. It's already looking like a cleaner fight. Oh yeah, much cleaner. Okay. Crunchy just made up a decent amount of time with that fight. Thankfully, Box didn't die. That would have been rough. Oof. Oof, Crunchy. Rip. Fun fact about that little room there with the hoppers, it is actually possible to have the hopper just jump into the wall and then ascend. However, it has absolutely nothing to do with the speedrun, but it's just a funny little bug. They are both in the navigation room at the same time. Granted, Boxmeister's at the end of his, but still. Crunchy has made up a decent amount of time with that last box fight. What's this? Conspiracy. Ah, it's all in Japanese anyway. So I guess to those watching, a decent number of you are gonna, like, if anyone for some reason is watching this without like having known the story or played Fusion, then I guess there's like no real spoilers besides like item pickups and stuff. We are going to Sector 6 now because we need various suit in order to go to super cold areas, as well as super hot areas, but super cold areas in particular. Because with Samus being part Metroid, cannot go to cold areas because Metroids hate ice. Well, they hate the cold specifically. And we've got Ice X in here, which do 60-ish damage, if I'm not mistaken. It's like they actually are fairly rough, and they have a pretty big hitbox. Alright, Box is going for it. 1E tank. Okay, so we're getting those tanks on the way out of Sector 6. Alright. So shooting the blue X's will also cause them to stop moving. And especially in Box's case, he would much prefer to not get hit by those with the amount of health he has. Thankfully, he will be getting an E-tank soon. Am I soon? I mean, right now. Sweet. We got the bomb. That's another thing, too. The game does not pause game logic for things like bombs while you are in the middle of grabbing stuff like E-tanks. Wonder if Crunchy is gonna opt for a pattern with his power bombs, with the power bomb blocks on the bottom here. Hey. Okay, that was sort of a pattern briefly. Jump ball spam. The power bomb only does 20 damage. That's kind of hilarious. It's like these incredible explosions, literally less damage than these like slug enemies. I think. I don't know. I'm pretty sure the slugs probably do more damage. There's a few things that, for the sake of like balance and not being like completely punishing to the player, like incongruent damage numbers. And now we have the big Core X fight. So the thing with this fight is, like I mentioned about Charge Beam earlier, you want to have the the flare that comes off the beam and the two things hit. So what people like to do is to jump inside the Core X to make sure that you're touching it. Ooh, got the double on the... got a super double with that. From what I recall, missiles do in fact get like physically slower in the world the more upgrades you add to them. Either that or it's just super missiles or something. So getting doubles is actually not quite as easy anymore, I think. That was a really good fight from Boxmeister. Ooh, Crunchy's not slouching behind though, currently. Ooh, nice. Going over to the side in order to get the two missile tanks. At least I think it's two missile tanks. Yep. And if I recall correctly, we should just be making our way out of Sector 5 now. Or Sector 6, not Sector 5. I believe we are making our way to Sector 5 now. Ooh, Box got the Morphball jump. There's like certain pixels that you can sit on in which your collision hitbox will just force you out the other side. So that jump is just possible. Another good thing about Various Suit is that it adds damage resistance, and I forget, or like damage reduction to every bit of damage you take. I forget if it's the same as the other Metroid games, in which Various Suit gives you about 50%. But I know that it definitely makes getting hurt by these things a lot less rough. Boxmeister making his way out of Sector 6 now. Just in the navigation room. Both runners grabbing things on the way out for the sake of the route. The walls that they bombed open earlier will be they will come back to them at some point. Because late game, the way the cleanup works is while the game will lock you out from if you go to a navigation room after a certain point, then the game will lock you out from going back to different sectors. So there are actually passageways between all sectors that allow you to go between the different sectors without going through elevators. And that is how cleanup will be done. Basically, like, I'm familiar with 100% in a couple other Metroid games, and the main scenario is if it's not strictly in the way necessarily, or only slightly out of the way, then the upgrade can. And if we're going to be coming back to this specific area anyway, then there's no point in grabbing it right at the point when you get there. Sector 5, just optimizing movement. Very clean room from Boxmeister. Now, these drilling enemies are kind of rough. They hurt a decent amount, even for this one in the game, and they're just in a lot of inconvenient places in Sector 5. Like there. Yeah, good idea, Boxmeister. Sweet. They are weak, though, so you can, as Crunchy showed there, you should be able to pseudo-screw attack them by charging up a beam and then somersaulting into an enemy. Ooh, but he just kills it on the way down. Nice. Boxmeister's movement's been alright so far, with a few hiccups. Slightly cleaner drop from Crunchy. Wow, these two are really close now. Yeah, Boxmeister just finished getting yellow doors right as Crunchy is walking into the room. This is very close right now. Ooh. Now that we have yellow doors open, we are able to go to the data room and acquire. Boxmeister will get there. You can't read it, but that says ice missiles. Ice missiles are fairly important for this point. They lower your theoretical damage output with the fact that they force free something first before killing it, but it allows us to get things like this. This is a little puzzle room where you have to kill certain enemies, and after doing so, it'll reform the axe into something different. Oof. Bit of a tight jump there. Crunchy electing to not waste 2 missiles in time, instead just shooting him with a charge beam. I think that might have wasted... he might have done a little bit slower in that room overall, though. Sometimes the place where enemies spawn with X-Parasites who just float around can be a little bit trolly, because it's a lot of this stuff is random. It's a little unfortunate that some of this stuff is random, but some of it doesn't really strictly cause that big of a nuisance as far as how much time wasted. It's more a matter of like eye doors are worse RNG than like enemy spawns in some cases. Some cases, because there are some enemy spawns that are also kind of dickheaded. So I see we're also getting the missile tank in that room that Crunchy had just left later. Both of them are, assuming your eyes can even deal with the incredibly bright red image. We are dealing with the self-destruct sequence that, the Sector 3 meltdown, which will cause the space station to blow up if we don't deal with it. Although 6 minutes is extremely, extremely lenient, even for like a casual runner. So, or a casual player, rather. Boxmeister not stopping quite as soon as he did the last time. Nice job. He bonked a little bit there while going down, but managed to get through it. Let's see if Crunchy does any better down the hallway. About the same. Ooh. Very clean room from Box. Letting that guy letting that guy extend just enough. Oof. Crunch took a hit from that guy. That is the thing when it comes down to it. This game is like movement optimization is where the hard parts actually come in. It's like the skill floor for utilizing. Oh yeah, and the missiles that we have now just kill eye doors in one hit, which is pretty nice. Ooh, Boxmeister's trying to go for the doubles here. I'm not sure if he got it. Actually, I think he did. Ooh, got that core X placement. Let's see if Crunchy can do the same. Sweet. And now we have wide beam. Wide beam, I don't... Actually, yeah, I do believe it does like 45 damage plus like whatever the damage that the flare does at this point, because I'm not sure if that adjusts. Or maybe it's like 40 damage and then... I don't know how you would split that up, never mind. All I know is the wide beam does a lot of damage and covers a really wide area, as the name would imply. And we will be seeing this area again for cleanup, sadly. Not the points with the not the points with the boiler room. However, will be the points with the point right beforehand with the two extended boys. Also ignoring that bottom room for now. Again, if we can get more items the next time around, then that's what matters more. And unlike the Spacer Beam from Super Metroid, the individual blasts of the wide beam are actually their own projectiles. So if, say, only a couple of them hit something, then the third one will be able to continue on. These two runners are actually fairly close currently. Crunchy has managed to make up a really good amount of time on Boxmeister. Going up out of the. We're going up the main elevator now to. For one thing, get some upgrades now that we actually have stuff to do so, and are allowed to. And we're going to be letting a certain plot point through. Not a whole lot going on here. More just optimized movement. So what Boxmeister just did there is jump canceling, and as Crunchy just did as well. The if you shoot, the moment that you are about to be in like the pixel of landing on an object, solid object, then if it's not an enemy, assuming it's not an enemy, just a solid object, you can shoot and you will land on it ever so slightly sooner. It's one of those little frame optimizations. Ooh, Boxmeister. See if Crunchy gets it too. Nice. And with that Shine Spark, they can just go up this room. Saves a decent amount of time. I think it saves like probably 10-ish? No, probably not even 10-ish seconds. I don't know. I don't know how much time individual things save. Okay, now the animals here actually have slight RNG on when it is that they're gonna come out. And we also need to come back down here for the missile tank. As well as just leaving the area. They have slight RNG on when it is they want to come out of the room that they do come out of. It's a little unfortunate, because it can sometimes take a little bit for them to come out. But both runners didn't get screwed too horribly with the timing on the animals. Now we're going back to Sector 5 again for power bombs. Big explodey boys. And if anyone happens to not be familiar with this, we are not going to be going through that bottom door that Crunchy just ignored on the bottom left of that room. There's no reason to. No way to get through the solid wall in between. And like I mentioned, the SAX came from here, which seems weird because there's like no other graphics in there to imply that it came from anywhere else. So there's just a missile tank there. A little odd. So many nav rooms. This right here seems like I don't understand why it is that you have to go to this data room, this navigation room, just to have it tell you where the data room is. Are we getting the missile tank now? Nope. We're just gonna... Yeah. Oh yeah, that's another thing. It is possible... Oof, Crunchy missed the Shine Spark. When you bonk with Shine Spark, it is actually possible to jump out of the twirl in order to gain some height, which is what Boxmeister performed there. Allows you to save some extra time. So the story context as to why we're going back to this data room is that the other ones are destroyed. I actually do not remember if the one in like Sector 2 is destroyed, because I feel like I've tried to go back there, but I don't recall what my findings were. This was like years ago when I tried. Fake energy tank, imagine. When even your pickups become enemies. We could have gotten this. We technically could have gotten this item earlier with what is it? Well, as soon as we got ice missiles, but it's just faster to do it with a power bomb. Well, where are those ice beams coming from? Yeah, probably nothing to worry about. Red Core X. Heck yeah. Or not Red Core X, but... Ooh. Yeah, the SAX comes around there, but she's... Well, for one thing, the SAX is actually rock stupid in general. I understand that Metroid2002.com is a big meme, but it has some sections to it that are... Yeah, there's like an actual section on there for the Metroid Fusion section called Stupid SAX. They're fun to watch. Because you can see the AI just isn't meant to like work in the same way as Samus as far as like going around and moving around is concerned. So it's like the SAX doesn't have a morph ball. It doesn't use anything like that. There was also a weird glitch, or I'm not sure if it's a glitch actually, but the room that KrunchyLex just left, there was a ladder that he climbed up originally, but that ladder respawns. So, or like the blocks that cover that ladder respawn, but for some reason the bottom part of it is a ladder, so you can actually just like climb up it, and you will climb into the wall and then get plopped back out. Oof, box, nice, nice save. Yeah, this isn't quite Fake Block City yet, but that room is rough. Gotta get that placement of the thing here just right. Oof, Crunchy. That's a time waster, unfortunately. I'm actually like, yeah, so you can power bomb through that little area, as Boxmeister just shown, and just go through it. I've actually seen a number of like casual players of mine, like friends of mine, that do not know that you can actually even do that. And I find that kind of funny. Yeah, especially because later on it's just destroyed when Nightmare comes around. Now we're just going back to our ship. Nothing wrong could possibly happen here. Seems weird why we're being called back to our ship, though. Oh, hi Ridley. How are you doing, buddy? What? Okay, so I think I actually have seen that one like particular block not break in the past, but it's like either very rare or I'm just or that's just a one-time thing. I don't even know. There is a trick that you can use to bypass. Okay, no, I remember. Those blocks are just finicky in general to get to pop. Oh, okay. So Crunchy wasn't expecting it, and I wouldn't expect him to. That those blocks that lead up to the expansion there were like open. It's just it's just a matter of like I've never actually like plopped a power bomb inside there, so like the ranges just sort of worked out that way. So yeah, at this point, as Boxmeister is going down to the reactor core, Crunchy is only just starting his dialogue with Adam. Crunchy has lost some time since before. In 1%, you can actually jump over that. You can actually jump over that energy tank. It's what you do for 1 or 0%. It's not the easiest. It's like it seems like it's deceptively difficult, at least in my opinion, because my movement's trash. For all I know, it's like actually super easy. It's probably really easy once you like get it practiced. Oof. Okay. All right, time to deal with this fight. Yeah, the Yakuza fight. Boxes landed a couple of missiles onto a couple of Yakuza's invulnerable areas. Yike. Yakuza, please. Yakuza can randomly, I think up to a point. I forget what the exact amount of times that he can just move before he has to attack you is, but he can like, give you extra cycles with that. He can like attack you a lot sooner. Ooh. Okay, KrunchyLex had a much faster first phase of the fight. Now let's see how he does with the second fight. Okay, so Raya's box is getting it. Ooh, Crunchy got the starting double. Only hits one on the next one though. Oof, wasn't the health he was expecting. Yeah, okay. Never another briefing. And this right here is another one of those little areas. Although, yeah, you can come back to this where we're in sector 1. No, sector 2. We're in sector 2 now, and we just came from the reactor core. This is another area where Boxmeister just left, where the SAX is really stupid. Where as soon as Crunchy just took an ice beam, that's unfortunate. So like, Crunchy's gonna go through this, and that little area where where he just went down. If you just hang there and then like watch, the SAX will straight up just jump back and forth over the hole. It has no idea what to do. Boxmeister did this, and I didn't mention it. Okay, so Crunchy's not doing it. With these enemies right here, you can pop a power bomb a little earlier in the room, and it will kill them on the way up there. So that way you just you don't have to deal with them like Crunchy just had to. And these eye doors, oof box, 2 beams. Again, it can never be quite as bad as the as it was in the start at the start of the game, but still, you hate to see it. Okay, Crunchy gets it after 1. Box has already started the fight though. Let's see if Crunchy can get through this first phase, like, as fast or faster. Not incredibly likely, though. Yeah, right. As Crunchy is landing his first hit, Box is landing his last. So. Ooh, Crunchy got a double there. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I was thinking we would get this item here. There's very little reason to come back to this area. Oof. That is the thing about power bombs. Power bombs prevent you from grabbing ledges. So, I believe, yeah, you need to grab a ledge. Yeah, in order to grab an item that's like in the wall like that. So the difference between plasma beam and the previous beams is that it will pass through pass through enemies' hitboxes, and it will deal damage on every frame. So, as a result, it actually does less damage on the 3 beams, assuming that the beams only hit once, compared to what's it called? To wide beam. And the reason why this is even relevant is that once we go to fight Nightmare, Nightmare's hitbox only allows for 1 frame of damage to be dealt. If it were even allowed to have, like, it's like a 1 pixel hitbox or something like that. I don't actually know what it straight up is. But if it were to allow, like, enough that 2 frames of plasma beam could hit, then Nightmare, it would actually be better to, or at least viable to utilize the plasma beam as, like, just to attack Nightmare with. Boxmeister jumping like a door early. I'm not sure if that's intentional. Yeah, Crunchy's not doing it, so bit of a yeah, slight movement mistake. Crunchy and Box are still fairly close as of now. Crunchy's been able to pull things back when luck's not in his way in a number of places. Boxmeister hit the Shine Spark. Let's see if Crunchy can do it. And this time the Shine Spark actually goes really far. There we go, Crunchy got it too. Ooh. I think that Box might have just missed an upgrade. Yeah. Unless I'm just blind, and he did it while I wasn't looking. Nope. No, he missed it. He is an energy tank behind. So he will have to go back and grab that with Gravity Suit, which will give Crunchy the ability to come along. Yeah, this is the power bomb I was talking about earlier. Oof, Box. You have no reason to come back to this room or this like section of Sector 5. So once you grab this and leave and the other stuff, you just leave. You just never come back here. Also, yeah, very clever Nintendo hiding an upgrade in the background. Hey. Yeah, I don't think I've ever actually seen that Idor give beams, but I also don't speedrun this game like nearly enough. I'm just familiar with like the 100% route and stuff. But in casual playthroughs, I've never seen it give a beam. Let's see if Crunchy will prove me wrong. Fug. Yeah, alright. Damn. Damn, that's unfortunate. Almost the worst RNG there. Yeah, Crunchy's just electing to not... Yeah, he's going the safe route to make sure that he doesn't accidentally fuck up and miss that health tank. Yeah, so right there, you saw Box fire a plasma beam at him. Again, if the hitbox on Nightmare's face was long enough that the plasma beam could actually deal 2 frames of damage, then it would be significantly stronger. Or if there's just some way to skip plasma and stick with wide when you go into this fight. That'd be kind of hilarious. Even though I'm fairly certain there's no way. Boxmeister got all the doubles on the KrunchyLex. It was a really good fight. Oof, Crunchy getting screwed on the positioning of Nightmare. Alright. But now, Box actually needs to go back and get that energy tank. Yeah. Which is a bit of a time loss for him. Crunchy missed the double. Oof. Oof with the missile placement on Box. Alright. So at this point, I do believe that with Box having to go back to get this, that Crunchy is actually going to be in the lead. Going to the next area. No, never mind. Unless Box gets really screwed on enemy placements here. Oof. No. Okay, Box is still going to be slightly ahead here. It's always funny kind of seeing this room in speedruns, just because it's specifically one for 100%, because we never go back here. Oof. Crunchy and Box having trouble with these enemy placements here. These little shellfish, they're not shell. I don't know what to call them. They do damage, and they're always placed in like annoying spots, and they're slow too. Good old 1% fish, right? Oof, Box. Barely missing the opening. That's what a lot of this game like comes down to with learning it. It's like just tons and tons and tons of movement optimizations. Crunchy also missing the thing there. Now I have to go over here to get a specific item. It's another one of those puzzle rooms where you gotta let what do you call it? Where you gotta let the KrunchyLex go somewhere else to form into a different enemy. And you do not want to accidentally pick those up. That would suck. I wish that the secret message was like a thing that was like, I don't know, done in some kind of speedrun. I'm sure that there's like a secret message percent like version of Metroid Fusion. Someone's done it. Fastest to getting to the point where you can do it and then doing it. Secret message is just for the uninitiated, is just a chain of shine sparks that allows you to skip over getting diffusion missiles. It's literally the only use for it is to see the bit of dialogue that where the game developers basically congratulate you on doing a really cool trick. I don't have too much to say here. It's just getting these different upgrades. Right here, you can go up and get that. Those are speed blocks. Yeah. It is possible to, in this particular room, you can get a shine spark to get up there. It's also possible to hit all 4 of those blocks there are actually missile blocks. It is possible, and I have done it myself, to hit the blocks on the upper end of them without diffusion missiles. You have to angle yourself really well and fire with really good timing, but you can hit all those blocks right there. The upper blocks, all they do is lead to a room that leads to Sector 6. Oh, I just realized we're playing. Oh, we were straight up playing on the Japanese ROM. I forgot that. Yeah, I forgot there's no like language settings for this. So this room actually prevents you from doing the cheesy way of unlocking or like doing the. Ooh, Crunchy got the X gate skip. You can just walk through it while it's spawning. It's kind of funny. So in this room that Crunchy's currently in, it's possible to get the secret message without doing the shine spark. You just need to angle a missile at a very, very, like just very incredibly. And when you do it, it allows you to get the secret message without doing the other shine spark. But in other versions of the game, they patched it out. The only stipulation, as far as I'm aware, is for the game checking is just getting to a navigation room without having diffusion missiles. Or maybe it's this specific navigation room. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, I think I had the hiccups. Shit. Yes, we're heading towards the second box fight. So, I'm not sure if it's literally just that I'm bad at this game, and it probably is, but I hate fighting Box 2, especially. Box 1 I can sort of deal with, even if I'm still, like, annoyed by how he fights. But Box 2 is one that I've actually, like, in a, like, practice at trying to, like, do any percent runs, I've died to it so many times. It's so annoying. Oh, we're still not going for that one. Okay. I guess we are waiting until literally the last round of cleanup for grabbing that expansion. Or Crunchy's just gonna get it now. Okay. So Crunchy, yeah. Although at this point, with the amount of energy tanks that both of them have, they're not necessarily in danger of dying, even if Box 2 does a decent amount of damage. At least he shouldn't be in that much danger of dying. And now it's time for the Box 2 fight on Boxmeister's end. Good opening start. Oof, troll by angles. Oof. He's doing fairly well in this fight, though. Box is fairly low at this point. I believe only like a couple more missiles. Yeah, okay, there it is. And now it's time to get Wave Beam. And again, I don't actually know just how much. I don't actually know the exact damage numbers for the beams anymore. It's been so long. Screw it, I'm gonna Google it. So the wide beam does 9 damage per shot on like those 3 pellets that it fires. Because it's or it's like 3 per each. And 45 on charge. Okay, so Plasma Beam is 9 damage per frame when uncharged, and it's 27 per frame when charged. So it does significantly less damage than the Wide Beam at charge when the enemy doesn't have a hitbox. The Wave Beam does 9 per frame and 27 per frame. Oh. The flare damage is up from 12 to 15, though, on the Wave Beam. And Pseudo Screw Attack is higher damage. It's also just bigger than the Plasma Beam. That's like the main thing that it has over Plasma. KrunchyLex gets out of there with a decent amount of, like, without getting hit with too many Metroids. It's pretty good. Because those Metroids, like, bop you around while you're jumping. And now it's just story text mashing. And now we are going back to Sector 1. This has actually been a fairly close race. At times it feels as it's felt as if they've been, like, decently far away. But Crunchy's been managing to, you know, pull closer and closer as the race has gone on. Yike. Oof. Oof, enemy placement. That's unfortunate. Another puzzle room. Gotta kill enemies. Alright, so these golden pirates. The way that these guys work is when you are looking at the pirate, wow, that was a lot of red X. Holy crap. Crunchy just got a really big drop from that. The way that the golden pirates work, as we'll see on Box's screen, and you probably saw it on both of them, they're turning away whenever they shoot at them. But that's because the way the game wants you to do it is when you're supposed to kill them, you're supposed to shoot them from behind. But the only way that the game actually checks for that is that you are facing the same direction as the pirate when you shoot at them. So if they're looking at you and you shoot at them and then just turn away, then they just take the damage anyway. One eye beam, but it was early, so it really didn't add that much to his timer. KrunchyLex is not so lucky, though. Oof, really not. Okay. And now time for the quietest fight in the whole game. Kind of need to turn your volume up for this one. I'm not sure you'll be able to hear him. I mean, listen to those super high quality screams. GBA sound hardware. It was unmatched, let's be real here. Implying it even had any sound hardware. From what I understand, it's literally all CPU-driven sound. Like, some of the sounds in this game are actually really good. Like, the sound of, like, missiles hitting enemies. But then you get... Ridley. I'm not sure if Crunchy had a double there. Ooh. Yikes. Crunchy still has one hit. Damn. Okay. They are very close now, though. Like, only a couple of seconds at most at this point. And now it's time for cleanup. because we have every upgrade, like every actual standard upgrade in the game now. Aside from Ice Beam, but Ice Beam is the final thing that we will ever get. So, as soon as this goes through, it is time to go between sectors. And remember I said we were in Sector 1, even though this doesn't look at all like it? Well, we're gonna go back to a familiar area pretty soon. Also, Screw Attack is bonkers, it's so great. My only annoyance with Screw Attack is that I actually like the standard space jump animation without the rainbow colors going over it. Probably just me. Doesn't matter though. It's really nice that this little missile tank here that Boxmeister's going after is just right here, right after the Ridley fight, pretty much. Crunchy did not elect to get a space jump, a Shine Spark going for this one. Again, though, it's still very, very close between the two of them. Now it's time for this ability. I wonder if this is like. I wonder if this room was changed in the Japanese version. I don't think it was though. The one we're coming to here. Nope, you can just still walk through it. Okay. I've seen a casual playthrough of Fusion relatively recently where the person was under the impression that you had to, like, morph ball underneath this area that Crunchy's about to just run through. That little area. But that was just... my inner speedrunner was just yelling at the screen, you can just walk through it. It's not a morph hole. Now it's time to get this... energy tank? Yeah, I believe it's an energy tank. Yeah. Wait, I forget. What is Crunchy actually ahead on as far as energy tanks go? I've forgotten. Yeah, okay. We come to get this now. We can just use missiles to open it up. Oof. The missile tank the Boxmeister is going to get here actually could be gotten way earlier, but again, it's out of the way, and it requires doing wall jumps, which sometimes, like, they're fairly consistent to do. But if you fail by accident, then you just fall down. Then it just wastes time. And with space jump, it's completely free, pretty much. I forgot that this area actually got more enemies when you come back to it. I'm going to get the missile tanks over here. KrunchyLex not opting for the Shine Spark to go through here. Interesting. Yeah, like, imagine going here when you don't have like the means to get all of them at once. It's like you go over, get one missile, come back, get another missile when you have another ability, and then get the last missile when you have Gravity Suit. It's like, no. Better to just get all of them at once. Okay, we're not swapping sectors from this room. Right, there's the other way to do it. I forget where this one leads to, but... Sector 3, okay. Right, never mind. The other one, I think, goes to Sector 5. Oof. We could have also gotten this one earlier, but again, it's just a matter of doing it in a good order. Oof. Box is having some enemy placement issues. Oof. Crunchy. Big oof. These are... Again, I don't actually remember what it is that Crunchy's ahead on as far as energy tanks go. Hmm. So, yeah, since he's ahead on item progression, Boxmeister's gonna have to go after another item. So I think Crunchy might actually be either exactly neck and neck or straight up ahead of Box in this case. I'm not sure if he's ahead though, even if he is keeping pace while he has. He also actually managed to hit the bomb jump there. Okay, Crunchy's also opting for this over here before going for the stuff on the right. Okay. I guess that makes sense. I'm not entirely sure what Box's route is here for this. I guess it's literally getting the right stuff first, but if you go on the right, I believe you can, like, leave earlier too. I'm not sure. Box is also going to grab this energy tank over here. Crunchy is also opting for... Or is he, though? Oh. Yeah, okay. I think Crunchy just sort of forgot that those were screw attack blocks. Yeah, I'm not sure who's in the lead anymore at this point with the fact that Crunchy is ahead in terms of items. I forget what it is he grabbed that Box elected to get later. And again, like I said, when you go when you go right side last, you're just already up here by the time that Box has already got here. I think that Box might actually still be technically ahead here with the with where it is he's going out from. Wait, no, Crunchy, that's not the right way. Oof. Yeah, okay, I see what Box was doing now. Let's try and sparking through all that instead of having to run along the bottom here, like Crunchy's having to do. Yeah, I think that even with the item advantage that Crunchy has now, I think that Box is actually ahead due to the route choices for this. Wait. Oh, actually, hang on. I think that Crunchy might also be down a missile expansion by comparison to Box, so they might actually be literally neck and neck, and Box is ahead at this point. But I don't know if Crunchy's actually used like 5 missiles in a hot bit. I don't believe Sector 5 cleanup is all that long. Yeah, and we're finally getting this missile expansion in the room that Box is in right here. Yeah, okay, having screw attack definitely makes that faster, since you can just jump through the block. Sector 6. I forget where this entrance to Sector 6 actually puts you out. Oh, here, okay. Oh, if we're going for this room, okay. Oof, box. Okay, so he's just going the other way since he hit the other door. Okay. Because I think that's why you went over this way. Mid-air shine spark, very nice. Oh, there's a fake floor there. I actually didn't know that. Space boosting, that's what that's called. It's been so long that I've honestly actually forgotten. It's a cool looking effect. Oh, I see how Crunchy did it. Okay. Okay, so both of them are getting the stuff down here first, and then getting the other stuff on their way out. All right. Oof. So right here, what the game intends you to do. What the game intends you to do is, yikes, box almost just fell back through. That would have wasted a decent amount of time. Basically, what the game intends you to do there is you're supposed to shine spark up, but if you do, you hit a navigation room, which locks you into the last part of the game. I don't think it's too bad to hit one there, just because you are still in the sector. You're not next to the main elevator, and you don't have to go up. Because later on, because if you do it in the normal place, like at the entrance of the sector, then it will lock the doors behind you, preventing you from going back out. So I'm not sure how bad it is to hit one there, but it's a thing. Also, this power bomb tank. All right, Box managed to get it pretty fast. I'm actually surprised Crunchy's power bomb originally didn't hit that. Oof. Yeah. Yeah, these crumble blocks are rough. Box is going for this room now. This room is another puzzle room, but thankfully it's not killing X parasites. Instead, it's bombing specific parts of these platforms to get only the platforms filled, instead of having vertical walls come up from these things, which prevent you from from getting a shine spark charge. Oh, Boxmeister's stream is like stuttering a bit right here. Okay, he seems to be fine now. Well, not fine, dropping frames, but we can see it still. Fake missile. Imagine. The true thing about these rooms is that can happen, what just happened to Crunchy, where bomb blocks just respawn. Oh, I actually didn't know that floor was able to be screw attacked through. Apparently Crunchy doesn't either. Yeah, again, Box doesn't have that one energy tank, so... Ah, this is where it is. Okay. So Crunchy can just leave the sector now, as a result. I do forget again if Boxmeister is like ahead on any sort of item, because if he is, then I do believe that he is in the lead here over Crunchy. Like if Crunchy's behind on a missile tank, then Box is ahead. Crunchy has at least 220, and Boxmeister was at least 250, or not 250, 225. And welcome to Fake Block City, folks. None. It's like all of these things here are crumble blocks. If you fall, you go down. You have to. So both the runners are going to try their best. Yeah, there we go. And that means that Crunchy is actually done with this portion right here. I do believe that if he Shine Spark there, he might have actually just wasted time. Yeah, just because you'd have to go through the bonk animation and stuff. So it does in fact appear that Crunchy is in the lead, unless I just missed that Box picked up something else. This has been a very close race so far. Oof, Box is getting some annoying enemy placement here. Yeah, we need to go back down here because there's a power bomb. Yikes. Oof. Yeah, that's the, oof, Crunchy. That's the unfortunate part about this section. Box isn't doing too well either. Oh, yeah, he has to reset the room too. There we go. Oof. Box is getting really unlucky. Alright, there we go. A lot of these fake floor rooms are honestly just annoying. And now we're going even further down because there's this room over here that we ignored at the beginning of the game. You can get this missile tank right here before getting Gravity Suit, but considering there's another thing down here that Crunchy is currently going to, I believe it's another missile tank as well. It's not worth to get this without Gravity Suit. You can without, but don't torture yourself doing that. Oof, Crunchy went the... I'm not sure where Crunchy thought he was trying to go. Oh, I see. I think that means Box is, again, in the lead here. Box checking his map there, I think, to make sure that he didn't miss anything. I actually wonder... Okay. So, Crunchy is electing to get this missile tank first. And then, no! Box. Oh, that's unfortunate. Box lost his spark there. So, okay, he's getting that one, but he's gonna have to redo all that he just did to get the top tank here. That is really unfortunate. Oh no, Box. Oh, That's so unfortunate. Oh no. Yeah, Box is now firmly behind, I believe. Ooh. This is really unfortunate here. Okay, Box, I can totally understand why you'd want to do it that way. Oof. Okay, well, Crunchy's got some leeway as far as timing goes here now. I forget what item he's going after right now, actually. Oh yeah, and the reactor core is actually like clear. I like there's little touches to detail like that where rooms just actually change off screen. Yeah, I'm not sure which thing we're going to right here. Are we getting this power bomb? Yeah, I guess so. Huh. Ooh! Crunchy getting on the last frame right when that block respawned. I forget what else they have to get in the main sector here, actually. Oh. Actually, I guess that they're done the game then. Yeah, okay. So Crunchy is in the lead here, leading into the last portion to fight the SAX and then escape. I don't believe that Crunchy safety saved, but there's no real safety issue here. They both have all their items. As long as one of them doesn't massively fail, then in theory, neither of them should be worried. KrunchyLex especially being in the lead here means that if he gets the quick kill on both the SAX's second form and the like if he does well against its first form, gets the quick kill on the second form, and then gets the quick kill on the Omega Metroid, then he's just basically home free. If Boxmeister gets it, I think he might still have a chance, assuming Crunchy misses those ones. I will be ready to screenshot the timing when Crunchy when Crunchy finishes the game, just to see when either of them finish the game. Actually, since we're only working on one timer here. Crunchy's having some difficulties with. Okay, there we go. Now he's got it. Yeah, this fight's not that difficult if you know the way to cheese it, because you can hit her. You can hit the SAX with a charge beam and then freeze it immediately after. You need some decently dexterous fingers to do it, though. Oof, he didn't get the quick kill on the second form. He still killed it fairly fast, though. Okay, I've just been informed that we also have speedruns lives time, so it's not strictly needed. Or me screenshotting it is not strictly needed, rather. I have the feeling Boxmeister's... He didn't get the quick kill either. Okay. But... yeah. Crunchy is firmly in the lead now. Box is doing the strat though. I actually forgot that you could do this with the Ice Core X. You started the escape sequence here now. Ooh. That was a nice jump from Crunchy. Managed to bob and weave through all the platforms there. Let's see if Boxmeister can do it, actually. Actually, Crunchy's probably going to go for the Shine Spark. Oof. Yeah, I know that feeling. I've done something very similar. That Shine Spark's not the easiest. Alright, it's time for the final fight. Bigga boy. Box did not land low enough. So he got some of the Shine Spark, but not all of it. Thanks, SAX. Very appreciated, buddy. Alright, let's see. Yeah, KrunchyLex has got the quick kill. And, yeah, Crunchy is the winner of the race. Okay, so Crunchy finished roughly 151.10. GG's. That was a good run from both of them, with some movement hiccups along the way from both players, and some RNG. Well, basically an average, like, Metroid Fusion run. That was a really close race.
Heartbreaking.
Yeah.
I had to restream open the entire time, and I know about Sector 6 because this is a common mistake I make. So it's basically in my muscle memory to pick it up all the way back. But man, I saw it happen on Crunchy's end, and sorry,
Yeah.
dudes. Sorry.
Sorry for what?
The God box, that was so unfortunate with the Shine Spark in Sector 1, Sector 2. The fake block bridges, the combo block bridges.
Oh, Sector 2, yeah.
That was unfortunate.
Oh well, it can happen. It's not. I was so nervous because I knew I was virtually ahead, and I went into Crumble Block City like, oh my god, if I am nervous here, I can easily lose a few minutes.
Yeah.
And it went fine, luckily. But I was nervous on that Shine Spark room, definitely. I was the first time I was not paying attention. I forgot on which platform I was.
Yeah.
So that was definitely on me. The second time I missed an input, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, like the one time that you happen to be like transitioning between directions on the D-pad and you're not holding a direction, so you just jump straight up. That's unfortunate.
I took it slightly safer on the next one, where I took a little bit of a corner turn, basically.
Yeah.
Oh well.
That was a crazy close race throughout the whole thing.
Yeah, I had to restream open, so I saw that I was initially ahead, but dear lord, my first box fight was so terrible.
Yeah, that was really scary.
It's yeah. Yeah, it's really. I consider it a bit bitter to win this way. To be honest, I do want to beat my opponents by being fast. To be honest, that's why I feel sorry. Crunchy.
No, yeah.
Because she played really well.
Did I miss something?
No,
Like-
yeah. Even with like however many seconds it would have taken me to get that missile tank, this probably would have been an RTAPB for me. But,
you did miss a missile tank.
Yeah, no.
Oh, okay.
I could have gone back and gotten it, but I genuinely didn't realize I'd missed it. I only knew I missed it because I saw it in chat, and then it would have been cheating. I wasn't going to go back for it at that point.
Yeah, okay. That is unfortunate. I did. Yeah, I was looking. I was wondering if like Box got a missile tank that you elected to get later or something.
No,
but I missed where it is that I don't even know which tank you missed.
Sector 3.
Yeah, the big room. You know how the RTA route now goes left instead of right? Well, I had never done that before. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do the RTA route. So and I never actually remembered there's a tank there. I just kind of autopilot, get the E-tank, and go back to the left. So I dropped out early, not remembering there was a tank there.
Oh, that one. Right, yeah. For some reason, yeah, I remember now. You just dropped after getting the missile tank instead of going up and to the left there. Shit,
yeah, because I didn't remember something was there. I'm like, why would I go all the way to the left if there's nothing to get there? I'll just drop here and start my shine charge earlier. Well,
yeah, oof.
Ah, well.
Whew.
My only regret with that one is that this is actually the race I've been looking forward to the most because I have a not actually angry bone to pick with Box because he knocked me out of the last tournament and we're right next to each other on the leaderboards. So I'm like, this is going to be a close one. I'm gonna come out on top this time. I'm feeling good.
I to be honest, I was looking forward to this one as well because I know we're roughly at the same skill level and. I was really nervous for this. I'm not gonna lie, because it's the first tournament in a while. So I was like, he has a very good shot. He has a very good shot at beating me at the very least. And yeah.
If Crunchy did remember to get the missile tank, though, if everything else like played out exactly the same, then Crunchy would have won. That's so unfortunate.
I'm pretty sure he would, actually.
I know, my text mashing was not on point, and honestly, I was playing pretty badly early on, because I think when my timer went out, that's because... So I loaded the correct splits, and then Live Split decided to update. And then when it updated and restarted, it reloaded my Metroid Zero mission 100% split, so I'm just like looking at there like, why is my first split bombs? Oh no!
Bombs. Wait a minute.
You haven't looked at my screen. I accidentally have my 80% splits loaded.
No, but the problem was when I reloaded the other splits, it automatically forfeited me from the race, so I had to actually put my SP down for a moment so that I could fix unforfeit.
Oh.
So you saw me stop on the main deck for a couple of seconds. That's why.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, I think you would have won this, or it would have been very close at the very least.
I'll say it would have been very close because I don't know. Because I think my mindset might have been a bit different if I hadn't known already that I'd missed an item. But I still feel pretty good about how I played Sector 6 and Sector 2. Those are usually pretty rough.
I'm surprised for how rusty I was, how well I still managed to play, because 151 is not too far from my PB.
Yeah, you got like a 151. What is it, like a low 151? I think.
I have a
150 something.
I have a 149, but it hasn't been approved yet because of AGDQ.
Okay, maybe I don't remember what mine is. I don't feel like pulling it up right now. It's whatever.
It got a bit stuck on the queue. Hint, hint, hint. Mods.
So I'm assuming that you guys like didn't hear. You don't hear the commentary as you're playing, do you?
I had the audio muted from the restream basically.
Okay.
I just have the chat open. I don't watch the restream or listen to it.
All right, that's fine.
I like to see where we're roughly at compared to one another. So that's why I have the restream open.
So my what is it? So I don't know the 100% route like at all. Pretty much, I just know of like a number of. I know of the rooms that you go to, but I don't know what route you're supposed to take with it. And so a lot of my commentary was like talking about like certain technical things, like the damages of the charge beams and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because it turns out plasma beam's literally worse than wide beam when you're fighting Nightmare.
Yes.
Because
Yes, it is.
Nightmare's hitbox only allows 1 frame of damage.
Yeah, that's actually correct. And oh God, my nightmare fight was absolutely stellar, and I don't know why. I managed to land all the doubles on it. I'm still
Yeah, that was
amazed.
pretty cool.
I'm still amazed how I managed to do that.
Yeah, I've never actually seen that, but I don't. Admittedly, I haven't watched a whole ton of runs, but that's really cool to see. All right, well, GG's guys, nice job. This is really fun to watch, and the first time I've commentated a race.
My next question. Sorry, go ahead.
All right, I'm gonna hop out of here. Nice job, guys. This was fun.
I am so good. My next match is so gonna be painful.
Oof.
Yeah, so is mine. It's fine.
It's mine is against Scotty, I believe.
Yep.
So yeah.
Sure is.
My PB is 11 minutes slower than his. Can I get an F in chat?
Well, if it makes you feel any better,
Wow.
everybody's PB is slower than his.
True, but 11 minutes is a bit of a big difference, don't you say?
You just gotta improve your text matching. It's fine. I'm sure that's about 11 minutes of time save.
Oof. Oh well.
All right. Well,
I still really enjoyed our match because it was pretty tense. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, especially with the I'm sorry to like keep bringing this up, but I was so worried for you after the shine sparks in running across the fake floor in Sector 2. That was unfortunate. And then when you just jumped and shine sparked higher up, I'm like, yeah, I can totally understand why you do that.
Yeah, that's what I usually do there, to be honest. But the first time I completely forgot which platform I was on, so I ran into the wall. I was like, crap.
It's like, wait, this isn't right.
Oh.
Good luck on the rest of you guys' races and all that. I'm gonna hop out of here. If there's any other like fusion races and you guys still need another commentator, then maybe I can hop back in.
You know where the sign up form is.
Yeah.
Those eyebrows.
All right. I'll see you guys later.
Thanks for
See you
talking
later,
over.
guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.